This is your boy. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for subscribing to my bitch ass channel. Thank you for the views. Thank you for being there. Thank you for 600 subs. Last time I checked, it's 599 subs. Someone unsubscribed. 2 people actually unsubscribed. It was 601. Now it's 599. Listen, I respect that. I'm not putting out content like I usually do because I was up to date on everything that was happening. So I'm probably going to talk about the shit that I want to talk about just because. But thank you for sticking around, and let's get into the video. If you're fucking with your boy, thank you. If you're not fucking with me, I don't know what to tell you. That's not my problem. But I will start targeting articles and stuff that I've seen that I kind of want to talk about, and they will be on the Not Holding Back series. So if you're fucking with me, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified. Your boy's here. Let's get it. Let's like move the fuck on.
Hey, you're watching Fat Man DD1, you dingus. Whatever he said.
This is your boy. Okay, listen. Now, after Christopher Nolan has conquered and made a good movie like Tenet, if you've seen Tenet, it didn't make the money it was supposed to make in theaters because no one's going back to movie theaters. The Rona is real. Listen. John David Washington seems to be the guy that comes right out of this. As an actor, people are looking at heavily because, you know, Hollywood is dead right now, but acting is still a fucking thing. If this man's done some voice roles or something, I fuck with it. I haven't seen Tenet, but it looks really mind fucking bending. Hopefully, Christopher Nolan, as a good director he is, people's got the Nolan bug right now, and John David Washington is what they're seeking for the cure of that bug. Hopefully, and this is the opinion before I get into it, I don't see this guy as Mr. Fantastic. I think we're pushing things a little too far. He would be a good Mr. Fantastic, but just like with the Johnny Storm incident and situation, I don't think he's a fit because people are going to be like, why is Mr. Fantastic black? Just like how they were like, why is Johnny Storm black? I didn't mind it, but a lot of my friends was like, why is he black? And we're all fucking different races. But when it comes down to it, you look at a character, you look at an actor, and you say, who is a better fit? John David Washington or John Krasinski? I'm just saying John Krasinski looked like he could be Mr. Fantastic, and Marvel Comics has kind of hinted to him maybe doing that when they've changed Reed Richards' look to look more like John Krasinski. I'm just saying. If not, let's not throw this man into one of the first family. Or, I believe this, the first family could be a different shade of color. Or the first ever mixed race first family. Oh my God, mind blowing. But before all that, hypothetical talk, let's get into the article. Let's stop playing games. Shouts to Cosmic Book News. Let's get into the boogie down.
John David Washington, star of Christopher Nolan's Tenet and the son of Denzel Washington, says he is down to play Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four in the MCU. In a recent interview, Washington was questioned about what if Kevin Feige asked him to play Mr. Fantastic. I'd say, well, thank you for having me. Thank you for taking this meeting.
Okay.
Where do I sign? Replied Washington.
I'm dead.
John David Washington was also asked about playing superhero roles, which he says he is open to. There's so many. I think it depends on who's asking. What director wants to do it with me? We'll see. I want to stay open. I don't want to box myself in, he said. Maybe there are characters that haven't been mentioned yet, or maybe even developed, that haven't been introduced in any of the films yet. I'd like to see what they come up with, if I ever get asked.
I'm down with that. So he's the son of Denzel Washington. Well, the word Washington didn't fucking come to mind as a dead giveaway. But for me, off the bat, I don't mind. I don't mind if he wants to play a role. But he even says, are there characters that have not been introduced yet? Are there characters that have not been thrown out there yet? Because for me, when he says characters that haven't been developed, mentioned yet, or maybe haven't been introduced, basically he wants to play a new fucking character. He doesn't want to play anybody who's already there. So in other words, he may not want to be Black Panther because that's a huge switch up. A lot of people will be like, but a lot of people now are calling for Shuri to be the Black Panther, but everybody remembers that's like the shortest run in the comics as a Black Panther. Her comic run is very short as the female Black Panther. There has been female Black Panthers before in the comics, such the history of the Black Panther. But for me, and I'm just going to say this, Michael B. Jordan, who died, people want him to come back, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up, no. But I say this, and it might sound like the biggest opinion ever, if John David if Washington here doesn't want to play Black Panther, my vote and 100% vote is for, hear me now, because people are rumoring him to be Green Lantern. It's like, hey, he should be Green Lantern, and that, for me, I put that up there. For me right now, John Boyega should play Black Panther. I'm just saying. Disney shitted on him. Marvel won't shit on him, but they're still owned by Disney. I get it. But John Boyega, to redeem himself in acting quality, ability, lead fucking role, which what he deserves, he should get to play the Black Panther. If you don't agree with me, you don't agree with me. But John Boyega, 100%. Washington as the first family, Mr. Fantastic. We'll see about that. Let's get into this.
Christopher Nolan recently said Washington would make an excellent Green Lantern John Stewart and that Washington certainly gets his vote to play the character.
Okay.
Regarding the Fantastic Four in the MCU, the characters recently became a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe through the Disney Fox deal.
That is true.
With rumors offering the Fantastic Four could appear in Ant-Man 3, as it is confirmed Ant-Man 3 will feature Kang the Conqueror, who first appeared in the FF comics. It will be interesting to see what Feige does with the Fantastic Four in the MCU, whether, similar to how Fox changed up the Human Torch and cast Michael B. Jordan in the role, or if Feige will keep the classic look of the characters. I really don't see Washington as Mr. Fantastic. I think he needs to play a more serious character, maybe someone like Bishop or Night Thrasher, or a villain role opposite Blade, Ghost Rider or Black Panther.
Right now, all of those seem very well, but even Washington himself said it. Characters that haven't been mentioned yet, or maybe even developed, that haven't been introduced. Washington himself wants to play a character that hasn't been introduced. But even Nolan said, hey, he would make a good Green Lantern, I think. But besides that, this is what I completely think about it. If he doesn't want to play the Black Panther, or if that's an honor to him that he might want to, I agree with that. I still say John Boyega should play the Black Panther, take back that role, be a part of the MCU, collab with the cast. To me, seems very fitting. The Black Panther is in that area of a little more younger, because switching it up and that changing the Black Panther to be an older version, because John Washington here looks a little more older than Chadwick Boseman. Even though Chadwick Boseman was 40-something, but he had more young energy, just that youthful look. I say John Boyega, because John Boyega can still harness and has that youthful look to him. Washington here looks like he has little time on his hands. Ain't gonna lie to you. He looks like he's up there. But that doesn't mean his acting ability won't show for itself. Physical roles, maybe not. I don't know. This is just what I'm seeing. I didn't watch Tenet. But here are my final thoughts. I say John David Washington could play any fucking character. I don't know about a Bishop. I don't know about Night Thrasher. Leave it be at those. But if they wanted to take this character, some people might say it's a little extra, but he could be, and I didn't want this to happen, he could be a Black Magneto. A Black Magneto. He could be a Black Magneto. I ain't gonna lie. He could be a Jewish Black Magneto. He could play it. Just give him some gray hair and see what happens. We don't know. Necessarily, I don't mind him playing any other character. We've already seen what happens when Fox turned Michael B. Jordan to the Human Torch, and what happened with Josh Trank's Fantastic Four. It didn't turn out well. It didn't happen good. People want something different. Don't repeat an old music, just change the color of the character. I'm tired of that. Shit, I heard they just changed Tinkerbell to black, and people were like, stop trying to appease us, fucking Disney. We don't care if Tinkerbell's black. We don't care if The Little Mermaid is black. But that's another video for another time. I say John David Washington could play any other Marvel character who has not been introduced, but some people are rumoring it should be Mr. Fantastic of the First Family. And I don't agree necessarily, but that's just my opinion. I feel like his acting ability and him should be placed for a different character. Ghost Rider sounds pretty crazy. I fuck with that. I wouldn't mind the Ghost Rider being a black man. What I do mind is people changing the color of a character just because it seems to be new or poppin', or it's not to the comic books. Listen, John Krasinski looks like a Mr. Fantastic to me, but after he sold his YouTube show, he's basically banking it out right now. So what I could say is, when it comes down to it, people want a certain casting. This is a fan casting, by the way. I don't promote it, but I do see where people want to see the switch up and change. Too many white people, you want to see a black face. I agree, if Susan Storm is white, we have the first racial family on screen of the FF. That's kind of good. Johnny Storm could still stay white because that's Susan's brother. Ben Grimm could be black, could not be black as Reed's best friend, or could be white. Whatever, like, it doesn't really matter. The first family could change integral to who they are as characters just because of the setting and what's happening. I don't mind that. I don't see it as a huge change. All I want to do is watch these characters come to life on the screen and not really worry about the color of their skin. But, you know, as a fan of comics and anime, there's a lot of topics that come up differently that people just keep throwing out there as buzzwords. Hey, when Disney starts changing Ariel to black and Tinkerbell to black, I start asking more questions, as this isn't to be diverse. It's to just be straight up appeasing my people, just so you can say, we got the black dollar. But that's what I think. I don't mind John David Washington being whoever he wants to be. I don't think it should be Reed Richards, because it seems that they're just throwing him out there. But this is what I think. Tell me what you think in the comments below. This is your boy Fat Man. I'm sorry for long videos. I'm sorry for the wait. But remember, if you're fucking with me, it's going to take a while. I'm working on some other stuff. So if you're with me, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified. This is your boy. The summer is ending. My birthday month is almost over. So if you're fucking with me, make sure to subscribe. Because if you're not, I don't know. You're just a bitch. But it's from me to you. Remember to never give up, never surrender, and keep on grinding, and mad love and peace. And I'm out. Call for 4, right?
Shit.
Been on drum.
This is the last time.
You little niggas gonna stop acting like my shit ain't the grill.
This is the last
Some of
one.
you niggas get your front teeth for grills. And I ain't talking about the contract.
Ain't loving these fake hoes. Room smelling like 8 switches. Room service like 2K. NBA, I'm ballin', nigga. All them niggas fallin' like all them niggas. Talking shit, I saw them niggas. Now they daughter want a picture. Rough, ain't it? Fuck famous.
Yeah, man.
Niggas too real, got the most haters. Wrote a story, so Stephen Curry. How it feel to be golden.